Good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to our very first day of our 34th edition release, Sneaky Peeks. We have a really fun release for you this month. Basically, what I did was let's just call this almost like an add-on release to what we have already. I've had several requests for a lot of the items that I am releasing this month, and basically everything. This is just like extras to go with what we have out already. Okay, so and this is stuff that we needed. Let's see, what should I show you first? Okay, I'm going to show you this first, and there are 3 items that we are showcasing today. I'll go ahead and I'll give you. They're 2 brand new background stamps. One's called Fun Letter Background, and the other one is the Grainy Wood Background stamp set. It's just a stamp, actually, which both of them will fit your A2 size card, vertical and horizontal, perfectly. It'll cover up the entire card, and I will show you an example of it after, because I figure a background stamp is a background stamp. I figure I'd show it to you so you could get the idea of the size of it. It is 5.5 by 5.5, both of them are, okay? And then we are featuring another one, a new die called the Large Cloud Bubble Edge die. When I came out with that, you know, the die that was included in the Speech Sentiments set, well, everybody loved that one, but they wanted me to do one the opposite, going like the little, you know, the little bubble part. And I'll show it to you. They wanted me to do one going the opposite direction too, because when you make cards, you know, instead of that little arrow pointing one direction, they needed it point the opposite direction. So I figured I'd go ahead and incorporate this into this release as well. So I'm going to show you right now the very first item I made. This is using the brand new Large Cloud Bubble Edge die, as well along with our beautiful new Grainy Wood background. Isn't that so pretty? I loved it. So I thought this card would look cute. I added, you can't really tell, but on my butterfly, I did stamp the Grainy Wood background as well, but I covered it all up with some Weka Stella, and I also put on the edges, I used some of this, my favorite, the clear chunky glitter, which I pick up. You could get these from Joann's for a super duper cheap price. And then I used ribbon. This card, I actually timed myself because I wanted to see how long it would take. It took me 11 minutes to do this card. This is the bow is what took the most of the time. It probably would have been if I would have just left the bow out and made the little bubble die longer. I could have done that, but I wanted to add a bow. And because I thought it would look cute with the little butterfly. And then I just added some black sequins. And then this is my stamp set, You Are Fabulous. Isn't that beautiful? This little bubble die will go perfectly with everything that I just released recently, and then some, like the existing stuff, the old school stuff, okay? So basically what I did was, this is what I'm talking about as far as the I'm sorry, not the butterfly, but the speech bubble. You see how this is going this way this time, because my other one that I released was going the opposite way. So I had a lot of requests for people wanting it this way, so I figured I'd go ahead and incorporate this. But isn't that pretty? The little woody grain background. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that is the first card I used using the 2 new items. And then the second card and the last card I made, this is using the Fun Letter Background. What I decided to do, instead of covering my entire card with it, I decided to go ahead and use my, I used the bigger die here, this one here, from my bunch of circle dies. I think it's called Bunch of Fun Circle. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I have a link to it on my blog. I used the larger one, and I stamped it onto that. First I stamped it on paper, then I cut it out using that die. But how cool is this? Now, for this particular stamp, this is almost similar to my cartoon cloud background. It's all the stamp portion is the negative side, okay? So the ink I use, which goes perfect, which I think covers up this, gives you a really nice coverage on a large stamp like this, especially how all the negative portion is going to be the color and it won't look so blotchy. It's the Memento Luxe inks. I'm pretty sure you have some good inks, but just make sure your pad, that your ink pad is really inky, that has plenty of ink on it, because if you attempt to do this particular background stamp with like a dry ink pad, it's not going to come out the way you want it to come out. Now if you want it to have that little vintagey splotchy look on it, hey, go right ahead. You could go ahead and use whatever, you know, inks you want, but you could get different looks with it. And I liked the solid, more solid look, so I chose to use my Luxe inks for the background. And I thought it came out really pretty. Just something, a little something to add to your cards. And then I just used my Pretty Butterfly dies on this one. And then I added my flower petal, which is all of my all-time favorite. They are back in stock, by the way, my flower petal dies, as well as the bunch of circle dies are back in stock. And then the Spread Your Wings and Fly is from my Live, Love, Laugh, and Be Happy stamp set. Super cute. And then these little, since I couldn't, I have these little guys here in the stamp set already, but I should have stamped it first, but so instead I just drew these myself on here with this thin black marker here. No, that's not the one I use. It's this one here. I use this one. It's just some archival ink. But you can use any thin black marker you have. It doesn't really matter. It does not have to be that one, trust me. And then I just added some chunky glitter to the edges of each butterfly. Isn't that super duper cute? So here are my 2 cards for the this card is showcasing 2 new items, and this one's showcasing 1. But don't they look so pretty with all of my existing stuff that I have out already? I'm so happy with this. I cannot wait for you to see everything else. Okay, so now what I am going to do, I am going to show you the background. Okay, so I'm going to actually I'm going to stamp it on an entire, I'm going to cut out, I'm going to do that right now. Let me get a piece of card stock here. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp it on your standard A2 size card so you can see that it fits perfectly. Okie dokie. I am just going to go ahead and just use the same Rosebud what do you call that, ink that I used for that, my letter background, okay? You see how nice. Now the only thing, just so you'll know, these, the Memento Luxe inks, it's like, don't handle, oh man, I forgot to clean, I should have put something underneath it, but that's okay. Basically you don't want to like put your whole fingerprints on your card as soon as you stamp this on, because it does stay wet for a little bit. So if you want to handle it right away, if you're not patient like me, go ahead and hit it with your heat gun before you completely handle it, okay? So basically you see how it is. You could put it either way because it is 5.5 by 5.5. So we're just going to go ahead and just do it this way here, okay? And then just grab a piece of paper like so. And then just go ahead and just, you know, rub this on your card. So this way you don't need to, I mean, if you have one of those, you know, those little stamp presses that will work with this, you could use that. If not, just do it this way. Okay, here it goes right here. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Okay, and that's just using that Memento Luxe ink. But like I said, your Hero Arts ink, your, I'm pretty sure whatever ink you have, just make sure your ink pad is like lots of ink on it. So this way it could come out perfect like this, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and just wipe this off. And this is just to show you as well that you don't need a huge old, you know, stamp block to use them. So similar like my other ones I have out, my other stamp sets I have out, okay? So we are going to, I'm just going to quickly show you this one as well. This is the letter one right here. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up for you as well. We're just going to go ahead and just use the same. Let me get a piece of paper for this real fast. I grabbed the paper already. Let me find that. Where did I put my ink? Okay, we're just going to use the same color since I have it out here on my desk here already. Oopsie. Okay. See how this one here, so basically you're stamping all that negative part on there. So you could stamp your entire background of the card. You could stamp like half of it. I think it obviously you see if it's a full A2 size card. But you know what? I want to kind of do something because I want to make something with this later on. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp half of my card. Like I said, I'm gonna make something with this later on. So let me go ahead. I'm just gonna put it. Let's do it like this. There we go. I was trying to do it straight. So we already saw it could fit the full A2 size card, but I want to try something. Okay, let me put this on top of here and then just kind of press it down. So this is probably the easiest way to use this stamp. I just want to show you how beautiful it is. Look how perfect that is. Now, I could go ahead and put something down here, like stamp something or put a piece of ribbon, like some twine or something of that nature. But isn't that beautiful? So that's what I'm talking about, how the negative space of the ink is going to look on your cards. So that's about it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen today. Don't forget to visit my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my awesome design team has done. Now I'm going to show this to you since I said I would, because a die is a die, right? This is basically what this die looks like. The die I used for this, it will fit your A2 size card, and this is 5.5 inches wide, okay? And it's just an edge little die. Okay, so again, that's it, everybody. Visit my blog again, www.creativetimeforme.com, to see what the rest of my awesome design team has done with these 3 new items for you today. So, and also don't forget to leave your comments, because the 3 items we showcased today, I will be giving that away to 1 lucky commenter. All you have to do is just leave your comments on our blogs. You're not required to leave them on every single blog, but the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. And that's it, everybody. I will announce the winner of these 3 items tomorrow in my video. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to join us tomorrow for another awesome, fun, sneaky peek. Bye-bye, everybody.